Alright, so, setting my own timer, thank you. How I'm going to open up this evening is by doing the most crude thing possible, just telling you about my childhood anecdotes. For instance, actually I'm gonna walk so you have to actually stay engaged. So, the first time, and notice I say first time, I shit my pants. Alright, so I was 7. Is everybody okay with poo stories? It's a little bit low in humor, but we're gonna work our way up. Starting young, working our way up. So I was at a science museum, and science museums are amazing, as everybody knows, because you learn about things that you should have already known, and then you just kind of reinforce it. So I was wandering around with my older brother and older sister and my dad, and just taking in the wonders of the world, and I decided that Hardee's was a bad idea before going to a science museum. Hardee's is also a bad idea. I'm not sponsored by Hardee's. So I took this time to say, oh my God, I just figured out how gravity works within the intestinal system, and ran to the bathroom, and proceeded to not make it to the toilet in time. Everybody knows what happens next. You guys can fill in the blanks. Or fill in the pants. So the shame set in. My dad came in because I was sitting on the toilet for a little while, and had to ditch the old underwear and go out with just the pants on. He said, wait outside on this bench. This was before we all had a problem with getting kids abducted. So I was sitting outside on a bench by myself, waiting for my dad to get my older brother and sister, and I was sitting there. Well, actually, I'll use a prop. I was sitting there just like, the kind of the feeling, you got the feeling when you shit your pants. So you're sitting there, and I'm just sitting there, and people are walking by, and they're just like with the kid, like, ooh, don't look at that, don't look at that. And I'm just like, did I miss it? Is it just on my forehead? Like, I shit my pants. And I finally, after the 5th family that walks by that's not mine, I'm just sitting there just gathering a storm of shame. I look down and realize that my fly's undone, and my 7-year-old penis is hanging. By the time my family got there, I had found my low slow, which is where we are to start with in the humor this evening, and that was the first time I shit my pants. So, next story, the first time I faked my death. I was significantly older then, but no more mature. Let me take my timer. I was probably 14 at the time. Oh, I'm halfway there. So halfway there. Spilled a dark grape juice concentrate on the kitchen floor. And of course I was like, damn it, I'm going to have to clean it up. It's going to stain whatever I'm wearing. Or I laid in it. So it looked like blood. So I, of course, was like, this would be great. And who was the first one to find me was my younger sister. And she did the most, cartoon scream I've ever heard. She's like, oh my God! She was a little scarred. Whatever. We get past these things. But either way, my mom grounded me for a good... It was only 3 days. For faking your death, 3 days not that bad. So that was good times. Other things I did to make my family's life a living hell, I would, at the age of 7, dig a hole in the backyard. Kind of weird, meth heads do that. We didn't have video games then, so a 7-year-old digging a hole, and I would take the hose, keep my mom's inside, just please just don't kill yourself out there. Fill it up with water and get in and just sit there and slowly lose Hot Wheels in this puddle of mud. And then I'd go to the back door and be like, yo, Mom, where's my damn towel? I'm trying to get clean, and it looked like I just elbow dropped a pile of dog shit. So, needless to say, I was a great kid, and that's how we're going to start No Shame. And that's my so-called life, which is some of my anecdotes. If you'd like to hear more, they'll probably be written in some, totally shameful book.